coming from a person that tagged himself as a father of a nation. You can see the aggression. You're building a ballroom. Now, what do you have to say about the Obama's library? And this man has the audacity, the temerity, the effrontery to air out words like this. Honestly, who is Orange Man advisor? Is it that he don't have anybody that advise? Maybe probably check what he said before he said it. Is it that, Jesus Christ, no wonder every single magas acts like this. You can imagine what the president of a nation to his own fellow ex-presidents. Welcome back to the channel. My name is Sonia. Subscribe, like, comment, and share. Credit to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. I want to say a very big thank you to every single one of you liking, commenting, sharing, dropping super thanks. Also joining my membership. I do not take you guys for granted. You guys are absolutely the best. With that being said, let's watch the clips I have for you guys. I'll be back with commentaries. Let's go, guys.
You're building your ballroom right now. They're also building the Obama Presidential Library. I'm wondering if you've
He
seen.
needs help.
Have you seen pictures of the architecture and
Yeah,
what
I
do you think
did. It's not too pretty. No, but it's closed. It's stopped. They ran out of money. I mean, he's building a library slash museum. You know, you call it some museum, and usually they call it library and museum. That's the official name. And they're stuck. And he wanted only women and DEI to build it. Well, that's what they got. And the construction workers are standing out there and saying, we want to be able to build it. You know, I built a great building in Chicago, as you know, a big, beautiful building, one of the tallest buildings in the country. And we got it built very quickly, very well. And we used the construction workers of Chicago. They're great workers. They're great construction people. And I suggested he get them involved, but they're hundreds of millions of dollars over budget, and I think it stopped. I'm reading these terrible stories, but that's the way our country was run under President Obama too. Nobody knew it.
You know, Obama's entire presidency was a dumpster fire. Does it come as a surprise to anyone that his library looks like a freaking garbage can?
They're really pushing hard on this illegals thing, aren't they?
Immigrants proving what it truly means to be a dreamer. They are the beating heart of this country. To refuse to respect the contributions and experiences of people who aren't exactly like us, it puts us all at risk.
You know what puts us at risk? A dreamer who just tried to attack the UFC 250. That was an illegal. It was your dreamer. So it's unbelievable to me how they think that anytime we talk about illegal versus regular migration, legal versus illegal, they can never admit that there are people that are going to come into the country and might not be safe for the country. Why is that? Why do they have to make it like if you say you don't want people coming in that might be dangerous, then all of a sudden everybody's dangerous? That's not how it is. There's been migrants for years, came in through the system, did it correctly. And then there's people who are just let right across, and then they try to plot to blow up something like on the green. Like at the White House. That's what they're doing. I'm sorry, Obama, but you can't acknowledge that there are people that want to harm this country. And you want to make it like the Republicans are just racists. But the majority of people, the smart people, they see right through this race baiting garbage. Enjoy your ugly ass building though. All right, bye.
So I guess for the MAGA num-dums, snowflakes, sugar daddy, Donald Trump's brow boys and brow girls out there, the boycotting the Obama library is the new thing to do, I guess. Just like they boycott their own brain cells. The books that they don't understand, science and, you know, logic and common sense and truth and facts and whoever people and all of those people who have all those qualities like intelligence, decency, respect, and knowledge, and, you know, just MAGA num-dums being num-dums. I gave them that name, num-dums, for a reason, and they had never failed to prove that I am right. Thanks, MAGA Num-Dums. Keep the hard work going.
You know, to the people that want to visit the Obama Presidential Library, you do know that you have to show ID, right? Imagine that. Imagine fighting and protesting and holding up signs saying that black people don't know how to get ID. They don't even know what an ID is. But meanwhile, when you want to go to his library, you have to show ID. I thought ID was oppression. Oh, ID is oppression if it's talking about their new voter base, illegal immigrants. But American citizens, yeah, we should have ID. The hypocrisy is just astounding. And I don't know who would want to go and visit that piece of crap anyway, because the legacy of that president is dark. It's dark. I mean, this man dropped so many bombs on countries, they should call him Bam Bam. That's how many bombs he dropped in the Middle East. And they call Trump a king, Trump a dictator, Trump a war criminal. If this was any other country, Barack Obama would be charged with war crimes because of the detriment that his administration caused during that 8 years that he was in office.
I'd be okay with the Presidential Museum. But they hate America. They hate America, they hate white people, and they are the primary reason that our country is divided the way it is. The man can't just open up a thing and they just be cool with everybody. They got to make it about race and all this old crazy stuff. Listen to The View.
If you also look at the way that he has done this presidential center, it is in a historic neighborhood, Jackson Park, which is a neighborhood that needed to be developed. It's a neighborhood that has been underserved for so long. You think about it, it's going to be open daily, free of charge for children and adults. It's for everyone to enjoy. And then the centerpiece is this 225-foot tall tower. And this is what is on it. It says, "You are America. The single most powerful word in our democracy is the word we the people, we shall overcome. Yes, we can. Oh, what a glorious task we are given to continually try to improve this great nation of ours." That is the message of the library. We can. Yes, we can. We're coming together. He's setting the tone with his very presidential center, and that is why Trump will never be the president that he was, or quite frankly, the man that he is.
They can't get Trump's name out of their mouth bone. They always say people living rent-free. Trump living rent-free in your head. What did Trump got to do with this presidential center? Are you stupid enough to think Trump ain't going to have one? Wait till Donald Trump is out of office. He's going to have the biggest, most extravagant presidential center that you ever seen in your life, and his accomplishments are going to be far-reaching beyond what Barack Obama could ever wish or think of. Quit playing with yourself. Barack Obama caused so much division in this country. Let me give y'all some facts surrounding this circumstance. Why she say, it's free to the public. These people paying for this with their tax dollars. Roll it.
For those of you who don't see an issue with what Barack Obama has done to the Woodlawn and surrounding communities with his presidential center, I want you to take a moment to imagine this. Imagine if Donald Trump put a tower right in that same location. Imagine if Donald Trump ignored the complaints of all of the citizens who lived around that center who said they were fearful of losing their property. Imagine if those same citizens started losing their properties because of extreme property tax increases to the tune of 700%. Imagine if you saw seniors being displaced from that very area and Trump literally still said, it's fine, I'm opening up my center. And he said it was a success. Would you agree that it was a success? Or would you say he committed an atrocity against that community? If you cannot see the issue unless I put Trump in it, you are the problem. What Barack Obama has done to that area, the way that he denied them and ignored their complaints, is wrong. Those people they used every system and process to try to push back and fight back, and he denied them. The foundation denied them. And then the city even placated and basically
Well, I guess Obama got himself a presidential library. Biggest ego on planet Earth with his fancy pants building. I'll tell you what, right now, I'm boycotting that library. I'm never setting foot in the Obama presidential library. And you know what? I'll take it one step further. I'm going to boycott all libraries. I ain't going to a single library ever again because of Obama and his fancy pants building. You know what? Actually, I'm going to up the ante on that right now. I'm never going to even read another book the rest of my life. In fact, I've been boycotting Obama and his fancy books in his library my entire life. I've never read a single book because I straight up just like, I can't read. Okay, that's the deal. I don't know how to read. I can't read. All right? I can't read.
Guys, Stephen Colbert wore a tan suit to the Obama Presidential Center opening ceremony. One of the greatest trolls he could have done for this event. Even after Donald Trump and CBS canceled his show, he is still finding ways to mock the Republicans and also, of course, poke fun at Donald Trump. And by the way, he was super kind. People were swarming him. He stopped to take a photo with me, and that was very nice of him. Now, President Obama did not wear the tan suit. That would have been the cherry on top, but of course he wanted it to be about the center, which was just gorgeous. And if you're in Chicago, I would highly recommend you visit. Great day.
Whether or not you were an Obama fan or not, seeing those speeches yesterday reminded me of the world that I want to live in. A leader and his beautiful wife that can speak in full sentences. That is the America that I want again. I was crying listening to them speak at this dedication yesterday and seeing their beautiful girls and realizing how far in the past this country has gone. We have gone backwards. Not saying that he was a perfect president, but when you compare to this family, the Obamas, and their dignity and their grace and their smarts, you compare them to what we have now, it's an absolute disgrace. Their names are not in the Epstein files. They're not friends with the Epstein class. I feel like nothing is real. You know, this was supposed to be the administration of, transparency, and I feel like we know less now about what the fuck is going on than we have ever known. Seeing the Obamas yesterday was a reminder of how amazing this country actually can be. They were speaking in full sentences where we could understand the words and thoughts coming out of their mouth. We could see the love that they have between them. We saw a grown man brought to tears because he's in touch with his emotions and he can express his emotions. These are all awesome qualities to have. And then you compare to what we have now. We've got motorcycles on the White House lawn and wrestlers and a green algae-filled pool and the Epstein class all covering up for each other and corruption. I miss America.
The Obama Presidential Center had its grand opening on June 19th. And of course, the MAGA nuts were upset about it. And Bill Maher stated, who would go see that? To that, the rest of us say, please, MAGA nuts, and Bill Maher, don't come. MAGA nuts, keep your promise and boycott the Obama Presidential Center because the rest of us wanted to be kept free from junk and trash. Instead, what we recommend you do is you go visit the South Lawn of the White House and the reflecting pool in Washington, D.C. We're certain that you would appreciate that more and you would definitely be much more at home there. Thanks. Signed, everybody else.
Donald Trump is lashing out publicly today as President Obama's library is opening today in Chicago, and new approval ratings show that President Obama is far more popular than President Trump among the American electorate, and that has made Trump unhappy. Trump wants to seemingly beat Obama in any way possible, and while he's lashing out over the fact that President Obama's library is opening in Chicago today, I was supposed to be there, but I couldn't find a babysitter, so I'm here walking a baby instead. But new approval ratings from CNN have come out showing that President Obama is far more popular than President Trump is at this time. 57% of the American public have a positive approval of President Obama. Just 34%, just a third of the American public have a positive approval of President Trump. Just 30% have an positive approval of President Biden. Obama is far more popular than any other president right now and doesn't make the current president too happy. We'll see how this continues. Spread the word. And as always, follow along for all the news you need to know about.
Just in case you were wondering how upset or jealous Trump must be of Obama's presidential library in Chicago, here's just a tiny example that may give us a glimpse into how he's feeling. Trump posted to Truth Social this AI-generated image of the Obama Presidential Library. He writes, "The Barack Hussein Obama Library in 10 years when fully matured." Talk about an immature temper tantrum, but you shouldn't throw stones when you live in a glass house, even if it's a glass White House. Because we don't have to wait 10 years to see Trump's projects turn into living nightmares that we, the American people, paid for. For example, look at what he did to the Lincoln Memorial reflecting pool. That didn't take years to destroy, no. Trump did that in a matter of weeks. Not only did the pool get covered in algae, essentially making the reflecting pool green, but that blue paint that Trump was so adamant about is now chipping off in the reflecting pool. I wonder how much that's going to cost us, the American taxpayers, to repair. I never thought that paying for Trump's swamp would be on my 2026 bingo card. Alas, here we are. Instead of him draining the swamp like he promised he would, he's just creating swamps on our dime.
The way that the Obamas never let these racists bring them down is truly, truly inspiring. Right now, we have the trashiest administration that we have ever had in American history. And no matter how much they disrespect the Obamas, they call them monkeys, they call them idiots, they call the former First Lady a man, and say how ghetto she is and that she's not classy when our First Lady currently has her twat plastered all over the internet. And the Obamas, in true Obama fashion, is just up on stage celebrating each other with another accomplishment, laughing at you racist, bigoted losers.
You were doing the people's work, rescuing our economy, expanding health care, ending a war, ordering the bin Laden raid, saving an auto industry, winning a peace prize.
Bringing up the Obamas only reminds us what this country is actually missing.
And I just want to break this down, because this is such a treat. It almost seems like a deep fake. It almost seems like AI, but it's not. You could spend an hour analyzing each person. Number one, Laura Bush is sitting there really perplexed. She didn't know what the hell is going on. Michelle Obama, she's dancing. She's fanning herself to the music. Bill Clinton looks zonked out of his mind. Bill Clinton's looking around like he doesn't know what the hell's going on. George W. Bush, he's got a little motion and a little rhythm in his step. Joe Biden here at the front, Joe Biden has no clue, absolutely no clue where he is. And I want to show you in the back. Okay, this is a little Where's Waldo. In the back, you see Hillary Clinton in this Paddington the Bear outfit, this huge hat, almost like a Diane Keaton hat, and this big raincoat. So like Hillary Clinton looks like Paddington the Bear. She's hiding. Jill is clapping along. She's barely got rhythm. This is an absolute mess. This is the political elite right here. These are the elite political couples. And this almost looks AI. This almost looks like a deep fake. It looks like something out of a comedy skit. None of these people are meant to intertwine. I don't think any of these people actually really get along either. They just fake it. And anybody who's sort of against Trump and against this moment, they have this sort of bond that brings them together. I think that's what we're seeing right here. But just Jill trying to clap with the rhythm, George W. Bush and Bill Clinton looking confused. Laura didn't bother standing up. And then just the cherry on top, I have to bring it up again, Hillary in the back. Hillary in the back with that big white hat on. I don't know, not white hat, that big wide brimmed hat on. I don't know what she's trying to hide. It's like she doesn't want to be there. She's going incognito. It's like the Hamburglar. It's like, who is that, Hillary? I think that's also who they saw kind of traipsing in Epstein's cell that night he passed away. She had a big hat, raincoat. So anyway, that is basically the entire political elite on stage together, celebrating Barack Obama's library.
The Obamas really brightened up our timeline this week. Watching them at the Obama Presidential Center, seeing Sasha and Malia, or should I say Sandra and the rest of the family. It's just been a beautiful week with the Obamas back in our lives, just for a minute. Watching them love on each other like a real couple, like they really love one another. I think they really love one another. The kids got all their teeth in their mouth, educated young black women. And them kids got class too. Them my nieces, I don't give a damn what nobody said. Them my nieces. You just get to see how they bring people together at that Presidential Center. People out there having a damn good time, doing the hustle, dancing, smiling, laughing. It feel like, wow, America can really be like this. Why do we fight one another so bad? Ooh, when you have a leader that wants you to fight one another, that don't help none. This was just such a decent week in America. Besides the UFC boy talking about somebody a man, but we ain't gonna talk about that though. That's negative. We don't talk about negative stuff. White trash, trailer trash. And we used to have it so good. Y'all took that shit for granted. Not me. I enjoyed every second of all that blackness at the White House. You can walk past the outside of the White House and smell like cocoa butter and collard greens and cornbread. You be walking past the White House like, what restaurant around here? That ain't nothing but the White House. They was in there eating good at the White House. Damn, we had it good. But thank you to the Obamas for giving us just a little piece of joy in the media this week. We needed that. Now back to the ghetto we go. I'm sure Trump gonna come up with some shit. Gonna blow all our motherfucking minds by the end of Friday. I sure wish the fuck they'd save us. Save us, goddammit.
Anyways, thank you so much for watching, and I hope you guys have seen all of that clip I was able to roll out for you guys. Good. See, whenever you see some of these white folks acting some kind of certain ways, if they're acting good, just know that it is from their background. If they're acting weird, just know that it's from their background. Like anything they are doing replicates the home they were literally coming from. Because it is obvious that even if you have beef with your fellow ex-president, he's already trying to build something, and he's not even using the taxpayers' money, just like you were literally using it to build the so-called ballroom that you literally said that you were going to use your money. Later you said you're going to be using what later you change it. That it's just a whole lot of back and forth when it comes to this particular what they call it, when it comes to these people, these white folks. Then you now have the right to now alter such kind of statement. And that is why if you check from the clips I was able to roll out for you guys, you can also hear some of these maggots saying whatsoever they are saying, because it is already rooted in their blood. Like hatred reigns in their blood, and that is why I feel like a lot of them are stagnant one place even up till date, because they don't see good and call it good. They see good, especially when it's relating or concerning black people. They try to change the narrative. They try to make it look like black people are literally the problem. I believe that if Obama was to be in the position of this orange man, Obama will literally not alter such kind of comments. He will literally not alter such kind of statements, knowing fully well that these clips are clips that will literally fly, knowing fully well that you are a public figure, you still went ahead to show your racist kind of person in front of the whole wide world. And this clip, the one I first of all rolled out, was even before this library was completed and before the launching and the rest of that. And even after the launching, we saw a lot of Latinos, we saw a lot of white folks, we saw a lot of them saying, oh, they're going to be boycotting. They are boycotting because why would they need an ID to go into a library? Oh, the building is not great enough. It looked like an Asian something. Why would there be? It's just a whole lot of nonsense that they are complaining, coming from people, like I said in the first video I was able to roll out, people that don't even read. Because to be honest, if I was to be in the position of this orange man, there are ways I answer questions. I first of all think, I let my brain process before I answer questions. I don't just answer questions and just feel like I don't care, knowing fully well that you are not as great as you think, knowing fully well that instead of going forward, a lot of us are going backward. In fact, you are dragging us as Africans backward as well. So it's not even just relating to America alone. We are also suffering from the nonsense that this man has literally been pulling out every single now and then. We slept to wake up. You are doing war already with Iran. Even God knows how many billions that you have funded that particular war with your friend Benjamin, whatsoever his name is. It's just a whole lot. And you people are now bringing your racist character to the success of a black man. People don't just want a black man to succeed, but it was successful. Look at the people that turn up, even when a lot of people were saying nobody's going to turn up, people are not going to come, blah, blah, blah. Oh, people need ID. It has already been fully booked from this year to even next year. Only God knows when it will even be free. For some of you that are saying, oh, we're going to be boycotting Obama's library. We're not going to attend Obama's library, blah, blah, blah. To some of you that are saying that, you might not even have the opportunity to see it for life. Do you get? Even before you go down. Because why? You hate to see people succeed. And how do you think you are literally going to succeed? Now look at a whole orange man saying this kind of thing, and no wonder it's just obvious. I don't even have to say so much. It's just obvious where all of their madness and mental illness is actually coming from. And that is why when a lot of people are saying this person have dementia, you don't need to think twice, because if you see the way he acts, the way he talk, the way he do things, you know that normal, someone that is complete. I said this man is the Tinubu of Nigeria that we're suffering right now. I'm exhausted. Let me know what you think. Credit to the original creators of every single clips and stitches we have in our today's episode. I want to say a very big thank you to every single one of you liking, commenting, sharing, dropping super thanks, also joining my membership. I do not take you guys for granted. You guys are absolutely the best. And yes, with that being said, with no further ado, I do like I always say in my videos, I'm going to be simple, and I'll see you guys in my next one. For now, bye guys. I love you guys. Let me know what you think in the comment section. Bye.